Page 38, the Caissons Go Rolling Along. A very famous piece here in the United States. It's in cut time or 2/2 time. There's no sharps or flats. We're in the key of C major. So make sure you can do the C major scale. At least one octave up and down, and frankly you're getting to the point you need to maybe start doing the scales 2 octaves up and down. Do the intermediate level because you're starting to get a little higher up advancing. Now if you're lost and you're struggling and you're just not getting it, this is the time to go back through and go through all the books again. Very slowly and very carefully. Review everything again because it simply means you're going too fast. This should be a challenge for you, but you should still be able to get it. Within a week or so you should be able to play it fairly decent, in my opinion. 2 weeks at the most. Now, as I said, it's in cut time, and when I learn a piece that's in cut time, I put it in 4/4 time first. So I'm going to talk about this in this video as though it's in 4/4 time, where a quarter note gets a count, and then we'll put it back in cut time a little later on in the video. So at the beginning, 2 quarter notes here. Let's get this first. Rhythm-wise, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. It's a pickup beat, so it's 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, so 1 in, 2 in, and then third finger, bring the thumb down, 3, 4, 1, that's tied. You do that again, go down to the last line, on page 38, it's here. They say a 1/5, 2/5 is fine. I mean, you're sort of in this position where the thumb is covering these, so 2/5 works. Who's playing all the other D's, so you can play that one. And then during the rest, at the end of the line, you come up. And then it's at the top of page 39. And then in F, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2. So 1 and 2. Second line, oh good grief, what's this? This is an E, an F sharp, and a C. And hold the half note down. Like that, rest, and everything comes up on the rest, and then third finger. And then here, hold the D down, now it's tied, and just cross over here, and the second finger. And I do a 1/4, you can do a 1/5 is okay, but I'm going to stay pretty much in this position, close to it, because going on I want a 1/3. Now come down. The end of the 4th line, during the rest you come up. The same thing, an octave higher. And they say a 1/5/1, yuck. Do a 5. And then you can cross over. Either way, I don't care. 2. We can get away with this. You don't have to worry so much about, I mean, if you're relaxed, you can do that. But it's staccato, and that's going to help us out. So I do a 5, 2. And here, here. Okay. Left hand. At the beginning, middle C, and then a B and a C together. And then an A, and then a G. Next line, 4. 1, 2, 3, broken chords. Line again, you're starting out the same 1, 2, 3, 4. B flat now, and now it's an A, C sharp. If you don't want to do that, you can do that. It's up to you and your teacher. And then come down, 4th finger. The reason we're doing 4 here is because we know we got this coming up, and so we're just sort of preparing it. We're saving the little finger. You don't have to. You can play that with little finger. But this is fine too. Top of page 39. 4th finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Second line. A D, an F sharp, and a C. And then 2 beats of rest to come down to the D. A, and then come back up. A G and a B. Connect these. Try to get them down at the same time. This gets back to what I was saying before. You should do it in both hands, where you need to practice this. You can go slow. Just think about the next notes. Raise and when you lower the weight down for the next one, you change fingers. And again, so I'm raising the wrist and lowering the wrist each time. So the weight pushes the notes down. I'm just lowering which fingers I want the weight to go on. And as over time, the movement gets smaller, but it's still the weight doing it. And that's what this is. I'm not real good at getting them down at the same time, but you do that. And then going on 2-5 or 5-2, then a 5-1, and then they say a 4-2. I think 3-2 is easier because otherwise you got to come to here. It's a little awkward. I go and then down here. Rest. Come up. Oh well. Let's go down to the last line. You're here. Hopefully you know that the second note is an F. You should know that by now. 4-2 for the C-E, and then a rest, and then G-F, and then finally. Put the hands together. 2. Just make sure you lift up in the left hand when you play the quarter notes. Rest. Idea. Let's go over to page 39. At the top, you're here. Remember, it's fourth finger now. We're almost on top of each other. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2. I know. 3, 4. So you hold all that down when you do that. And now you can lift up on beat 3. Beat 3 is silent. 3. Gotta have all this down to here. I want to hear the D. On beat 4, the left hand comes up, the right hand stays down. Again, third line. You can lift up before you go, but it's not a rest. So. Work it out. I'm going a little fast, but you work it out, the hands together, and then go back and get rid of the hesitation. So it is a steady beat. It can be slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's fine, but it's got to be a steady beat all the way through. This is a good march. People are marching to this. People are moving to this. So you can't hesitate somewhere, or they trip and fall, and then the caissons are aimed at you or something. Then we have the articulation. Nice light wrist staccato, short. Now you have an accented notes at the top of page 39. They're still staccato. Just a little louder. Accent. Now connect that, but you can't connect that. Third measure again. Here, staccato. Now. See, these are staccato. Hold that down, but come up on beat 3. Rest. And that should be a staccato if it's not. I think it is. Accents a little louder. Don't don't try and connect them, well, they're repeated notes. Staccato, but keep down on the right hand. There's no rest there. So again. And at the end of the fourth line there, last measure, I'm going to lift both hands up together here. That doesn't say to, but I think you can. And so forth, staccato, and then. Okay. So you add the articulation after you get to know the piece. And again, you don't have to go that fast. Then we add the speed. Eventually, once you get to play it. Don't add the speed until you can play this pretty decent with no hesitations. Because the speed is allegro con brio, which means fast with brilliance. This is where the cut time comes in. We want to feel it in two, because left, right, like a march, left, right. Left, right, all the way through. No hesitation to do it, same speed. We don't speed up, we don't slow down. It's got to be that speed, pretty much. I mean, you can go a little slower. I'm giving you an idea of how fast I think it should go. There are words to this. There's none in this book, but if people were singing it, they'd be singing it. But this is a kind of a victory song, like pride and yay, team, and all that. Now for dynamics, well, the dynamics apply to the melody, which is the right hand here. And it's loud, whatever you think loud is. Keep the left hand in the background, sort of a moderately soft in there. See, in there, I want to hear this note all the time I'm doing that. Top of page 39, you're loud. They didn't need to give you a loud, but it doesn't hurt. I mean, you may have come down a little bit at the end of page 38 because you're coming off of a phrase. You can come down a bit. But I would be loud for the last two notes on page 38. That's where it starts. And then the accent, and I'll make these very loud. In the right hand. Accent. Go down to moderately loud, back up to loud here. Stay loud, and now you're going to go up to very loud. Right there. Then go down to loud for the last two notes on the second line. They're pickup notes, so do the loud there. I think the F should belong there, not in the next line. Because this is like you were at the top of the page where you're loud with accents makes these very loud. Again, I think I'd come down to moderately loud and go back up to loud. Now get back down to moderately loud. See, finally they put it, the moderately loud, where it belongs on the pickup notes. They should have been doing these loud, these Fs, on the pickup notes. And again, all the time you're doing this is the fourth line down, third measure. I want to hear that. Moderately loud again. Now you're going to all the way up to very loud. Left hand or right hand. And now you can do, actually you can kind of do both hands there on all the way through. On the chords, you can, both hands the same. You have to judge it. You have to use your ears and judge how loud you, because you don't want the background overtaking the melody. But when you just have chords, there's no melody here. Well, that note is melody. But otherwise, there's no melody. There's just chords. You're playing both the same. Technically, you don't, but for our purposes, we do. Okay, let's just keep it there. Then, as if all that isn't enough, they've added pedal. Well, if I pedal it the way they're showing, let's just take a little bit of it here. Let's say the first 6 lines or so. If I pedal it the way they're showing, this is what it sounds like. Now on this piece, because it goes so fast, I'm going to put the pedal down with the notes, because there isn't really time to lag pedal on this. and so forth. Close, but yeah. Remember, when you pedal for reasons. Why are you pedaling this and that, not that, and this, but that? Okay. Well, here we're reinforcing these longer notes, and they are more important notes. It's almost like they have an accent, but they don't. In the second line, third measure, I would not pedal that. I want to hear the staccatos. And I don't need to hear overtones on that note. Remember what that sounds like with overtones is that. No, I want to keep it down. So no pedal there. And again at the bottom, I would not pedal that. I disagree with that. When I get to top of page 39, now here, with the quarter notes and the staccato and the accents, I'm going to pedal with them. It's just down, up, right with the hands. It's just, I'm just adding overtones just for a split second, but it makes a difference. There's a difference between and. There's just a little bit of a difference, and I want that difference. So I'm going to pedal with those notes on that. Now, you can pedal at the end of the line here, but lift up before you go on. New phrase. And I want to hear that. So I'm only going to pedal like the first beat or so of the second line. Here. And then the second line, third measure over on page 39, I'm going to pedal with those chords. Here, change it. Change it, change it. I want the overtones. You're very loud. And then lift up before you. It's like taking a breath. And on the third line down, I'm pedaling with these half notes. I want the overtones. Lift up when you do, I want a staccato. So it's. And at the end, the last line, you're not pedaling. You can pedal the chords, just down and up with the hands. Here and here and here. I know there's staccato. Well, the pedal can be staccato too. So there. So I recommend pedaling the chords at the end too. So I'm changing the pedal a little bit, but I think it enhances the sound a little better. No fermata at the end. It's 2 counts and you're off. Well, in cut time, it's 1 count and you're off. Okay, yeah. And don't slow down whatever you do on this one. This is a march. We go all the way to the end and then suddenly it's just done. I like to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm going to take it in 4/4 time. I want to go that slow. I'm not going to do any dynamics. I will do the pedaling like I suggested to, because you can see how it's marked in the music. But I prefer the changes I've made. So I'll give us 2 counts, and let's try it slowly together. Ready, go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 and 2, 1, 2. Rest. 2, rest, rest, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, rest, 2, 2, rest, 2, rest, rest, rest,